a little bit of
Sean's
controversy.
a powerful guy. You know, he has the microphone, he has the TV, not the TV, but the video cams behind. He's got a lot of credentials pushing him. So I believe a lot of influence from Sean on the how-to would be very influential for Jaka to take on. You know, nothing to downgrade about that. So all the efforts that were made may have been slightly more extended than what Jaka was probably wanting to do, and then have total control of what she was going to do. I could be wrong because I don't even know. But, you know, there's a little bit of Sean's fingerprints on there somewhere. He helped him out. You know, Sean wouldn't miss no opportunity like that.
No, definitely not, especially when there was money involved on his part. Now, you know, because when I originally heard about the Best Comeback Award, the Best Pose Award, I said to myself, the first person's name, and I'm not saying this because I have you on the show, the first person's name who came to my head was Vince Taylor. I'm like, Vince could actually leave this place with 30 grand in his pocket and come in last place, which I knew you wouldn't anyway, because I knew the best comeback was definitely had your name written on it. The best poser had your name written on it, and you're going to get 5 grand anyway for just appearing. So I was surprised, and I knew that there had to be a reason, and that's why I wanted to get you on the show, find out what happened, because you could have gone home with a nice little nice check in your hand there.
And it would have been appreciated. I mean, times are pretty tough. So,
but then again, Sean taking that check right out of your hand. He cashed it in his own bank account.
You know, Vince, we're not really looking for that quality anymore. Because Sean's my boy. I love Sean. You know, and I remember listening to him and Leverone talk on a radio show one day, right? And they were covering the fact that Leverone beats me out with most professional wins in bodybuilding. And I'm going like, what? I said, no. Kevin was always third. Okay, he was second, and then he went to third, because Ronnie Coleman, leapfrogged me. Yeah. Kevin never tied me and was never ahead of me. So when I brought that to Sean's attention, and he passed it on to Kev, and Kev came back to me saying, well, yeah, Vince, we're not counting the master wins, we're just counting the open class wins.
What?
Yeah, I'm going like, you will try anything to get a place in history. I said, the record book says, the Guinness Book of World Record book says, Vince Taylor, the winningest professional bodybuilder with the most wins. Okay, it didn't say masters versus this. It says the professional wins. So I pled it to him. I said, listen, when the masters come and when Dexter wins, tell Dexter that win don't count on his record, okay? Well, like he's trying to tell me.
You're right, because you know what? The Masters win is impressive as the regular win because of the fact that you're still competing at that age.
Not to Kevin and Sean.
So we're
going to set the record straight on that one. My brother, Muscle Machine from Maryland, like myself, homeboy, you're still number 3.
That's right. And he's at an age where you were still competing and winning shows. So, I mean, if he wants to get back up there and start...
And that's what I tell him,
notching a few wins, good, Kev,
Flex Wheeler put it to me very lovely one day. He said, Vince, man, I just turned 40 when he did. Yeah. He said, I can't believe that you were kicking our butts at 40, and I can barely get to the gym now. Okay, that true. Was an understatement that I said that needed highlighted because some of these people don't realize that. But, I don't get credit for it. That's why I got to come back again.
How old were you when you won the Arnold Classic in 92?
40... Oh, my gosh. No, it's high 30s.
You were almost 40 years old. People don't realize that.
39, almost 40, probably 39, almost 40.
Crazy.
Exactly right.
That's crazy.
And started at 27 years old in bodybuilding.
You started a little later. Yes, you did.
Started a little late. I had 2 shows. I had the Berlin, and then I had the Nationals, and then I went pro. Okay?
You actually were competing so far back that you actually did the Mr. America one year. I think you won your class.
1986 was my very first introductory to bodybuilding. I wanted to be Mr. America. And I did the AAU Mr. America, and I won. Then from that point on, it was, what are the Nationals?
Right.
And then I went to compete in the Nationals.
You won the 88 Nationals.
Took 4th and I had tore my bicep in 86. So it was like, 85, I'm sorry. And I was like, wow, guys, I've been out for a whole year. If you like me here at the Nationals getting 4th place, well, next year, when I can train a whole year, you'll love me. And I came back and won the overall championship.
Yeah. That was pretty amazing when you did that. Well, Vince, you're always a class act. Now, all right, let's go through what's going on, because I know you got a lot of stuff going. You're doing the tour starting when in Europe?
We're going to be kicking that bad boy off. Hopefully, I'm going to get some bookings before the FIBO, which is going to be April 19th this year. So mid-April, I think I have given myself enough time to get back on the bandwagon. So we're booking everything from April until May. And right now, we just have Berlin. I just put it out there, and Berlin jumped on it right away. So we're trying to fill the dates. So before the FIBO and shortly after.
I think that we should also put it out there because there might be a lot of United States promoters that are looking still for guest posers, and I'm sure if you're going to be in shape, you wouldn't mind guest posing in the United States, would you?
Oh, exactly. And I plan on being in shape. This is my second run. I want to bring to the stage right now at 55 years old a physique that people go like, wow, he's in shape, he looks good, he's old school, and he's back. So that's my gift back to my game.
I'm going to make one recommendation. First of all, I'm going to say that anyone who hasn't seen Vince Taylor in person pose, you got to do it. You got to go check him out, especially if you're going to do something in the United States. Secondly, my recommendation to you is to come up with something new as far as the posing routine, and updated, and something that's going to knock these guys' socks off to show them that you don't have to go back to the stuff you used to do. I want to see a new routine, because I know you're very creative and you got the skill set to do stuff that's going to wow people. Because when you did that Terminator routine, everyone copied it after that. You were the originator with that one.
10, 12 years strong. And they're still doing it today. And to me, honestly, that was like a one-hit wonder. So it's like, how do you top that?
Yeah.
You get a hit record. How do you top that? I had some things up my sleeve. Don't get me wrong, like a real promotion, but it might cost a little money to put it on at each event. So you haven't seen nothing yet.
All right. And what else is going on? Do you have any products you're selling? Any supplement companies you're representing? Anything like that?
Well, right now I have a great friend of mine and I are making a big push to create a Vince Taylor line. We're going to break it out in Brazil. Next year. So that's really heavy on the list right now. I'm an entrepreneur, and I still got my exercise band, so I got some companies interested on and off. So I'm still trying to do that. And that's some of the things that have already been on the table with me. I'm doing my book, as I said, The Quiet Storm. I'm writing it, or trying to write it.
Why are you called The Quiet Storm? Why do you call yourself that?
It was two things. I associated myself with one of the best boxers in the world that I just admire, and I met a couple of times and watched him fight as well, which is Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr.'s history, his song that he put out at the same time I did the Masters. It was just amazing because it fit. His story fit, I thought, mine. He got screwed up in Seoul, Korea with his gold medal in Olympia.
That's right.
I got screwed up on a lot of gold medals myself. He was knocking blank in the dirt. At the same time, I'm knocking down a lot of contests and titles as well, but couldn't get the respect for it. Yeah, so when he said, in that song, he put, y'all must have forgot. I put on my... on my Facebook last week, I'm going to put it back on tomorrow. Y'all must have forgot. There he says, I'm like that quiet storm. I just keep on raining, and I keep on coming. And I'm like, you know what? That's me. Because every time they look around and a contest comes up, I don't make a lot of noise, but when it's time to compete, that quiet storm is rolling in, and I'm going to keep on coming. I'm going to keep on raining.
And you're still dangerous, too.
And still dangerous. Quiet storm.
Vince, always a pleasure to talk to you. And thanks for giving us some insight. And catch Vince Taylor this spring. He's going to be up on stage, guest posing, hopefully in an area close to you.
There you go. I'll be back.
All right. Thanks, Vince.
See, I love you. Thank you, buddy.
Heavy Muscle Radio is a presentation of RxMuscle.com. The truth in bodybuilding. Tune in next week at the same time for another round with Dave Palumbo only on Heavy Muscle Radio.